and hope that it stays that way. If they went low, Tunis would want out, but I don't have a problem taking more land off of Aragon just to cause them grief. I would also really like a lot of their money. Oh wow, I can take a lot of their money. And we also get the lion's share of it because Tunis were just, well, you know what Tunis were. Did I want to break them up with any friends? No, I quite like that alliance they had with Portugal. Alright, we can do this. We can do it pretty well. And let's just deal with the coalition sandwich that comes from it. Wonderful. Look at that. The French still don't know who we are. And Aragonese peasants stay in Aragon, and I make my cores. A core is a core, of course. Of course. Relatively cheap to dev up, especially compared to PRoman. And just like that, we have 30, 60, 70, 80, 90 development in Europe. So if I wanted to move my capital, which of course I do, I have 93 out of 308. That's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty great. Let's get our boats back to port. I wonder if it's still worth keeping both of these forts. I will for now. We'll make these guys the transports eligible for automatic transportation, and then once you're in Bizerti, you guys can be told all to head over to Roma. Relatively clean borders, Jake. Good work. Thank you. I mean, they're going to get less clean, but I need to get that spy network with Aragon going. I need to be monstrously aware that everybody around here hates me, and strongly consider some new friendships. Gelra would be our friendship. But I'm not sure I want to get involved in their politics. Castile and England are pretty good for keeping people off my back. Scotland no longer exists, so I guess I can call them Britain. And there's no need to pay for a navy here. It's costing me too much. Jings, everything's costing me too much. Especially those advisors. Two level 2 advisors, that's just not right. Let's de-level you a bit, and I'll keep you because I like having a diplomatic reputation. Also tempted to lower inflation, but that's not something we're doing right now. Oh well, some problems just solve themselves. Drop Tunis, you're hemorrhaging Diplo, and they're only going to cost you in war. I'm not sure I'd say I'm hemorrhaging. I'll lose my royal marriage with Khmer once our ruler finally passes on. And Tunis, well, I did use them as a... let me think. They're allied with Morocco. Morocco's a bit... yeah. I think Tunis just cost me in that war, honestly. Let's drop them. Okay, it's going to be a long time before that devastation drops away in Napoli. I'm going to put a missionary here. I'm not going to pay for you, in the hopes that when we do get a revolt, it won't be papal separatists, it will be zealots. Protestant zealots, there we go. And then they'll spread Protestantism as they go around here. Because I need Protestantism to flip to. I'd keep Vietnam in the back pocket in case of Bengal, says a black weeb. I would agree, but Bengal have not been putting any claims on me. They've just been yelling and rattling sabers on my border. And their allies don't leave me that worried, especially when they have to deal with Jaunpur and Vijayanagar. I think Bengal's actually in a pretty poor spot, and technologically I'm outclassing these weirdos quite nicely. Dali separatism. I'm glad to see Dali off the map, but this is just clown puke. I might have to come in later on and sort them out, but I need to be Christian first. I want to move your army then. You don't want the revolts to succeed. Oh, if you want the revolts to succeed. This is an excellent point. Right, capped on military monarch power. Don't want to spend that, but where else would you even spend your middle points at this time? I mean, I could just drop another one on PRoman. It's a pretty good province. Kind of wanted to stay away from those Aragonese peasants, but they surely wouldn't slither their way down to the heel of the Italian boot. Legitimacy is a mill sink. It sure is, and it's probably going to tank when the real Klimpin comes to power. I'm in no hurry for the real Klimpy. Bare minimum does plenty on his own, or her own. Still called King Bare Minimum, which is just madness, but let's not question it. Papal State. We still have a truce. You're guaranteed by Aragon, so I could come back for a round 2 on Aragon, but they'd be a non-co-belligerent, which would be a bad idea to take land from. France are chilling out, and they still don't really understand who I am, so they're not going to join the coalition against me, which is fine by me. Aragon's expansion takes a while to burn away. If only I had this guy. But he's so expensive. That's worth it, right? Aggressive expansion is something you can seldom pay away. Coalitions might not defeat you, but they can certainly jam the brakes on your gears for some time. I'm not expanding in this region for quite some time. It's good money, hell, it's great money, but we're going to move over to Europe first. Again, capped on dip. What's a man to do? I guess I could spend it, but I think we'll just dump a bit more on PRoman. It's got to go somewhere, right? Ah, right. What I wanted to do, of course, was to accept not Umbrian, but the other one soon. Wait, what the heck? They want to rise up with noble rebels now? Maybe I should take care of those accursed rebels that we have over there, but who else wants to rise up? Why would I have noble rebels? Pathian Tabayan. Probably that reassessment survey if I had to guess, and it looks like I do have to guess. I could give them autonomy, because I don't really care about their autonomy. But a lot of these people are very unhappy, and I don't have the power to wield over there to keep them off my back. I don't mind too much handing out a bit of autonomy here. There won't be enough to stop them all, will it? What was the other one? Yeah, really, what was the other one? Tabayan. Oh yeah, this is a province that I don't even care about, so go for it. But they're not the only ones. PRoman particularists want to rise up in Pegu. Yeah, just take it. I'm not concerned about this. It's still slightly outside of the realms of going away. Religious unity. Oh yeah, that's a problem now. And the overextension should go away soon. Oh yeah, and the nobility are particularly unhappy. That doesn't help, does it? I could tell them to go on a diet. They tend to like that, but it'll sort itself out very soon. As for the merchant guilds, I can do stuff to make them happy as well. Get off my back. Could demand dosh for it as well, and I do like demanding dosh. Is there still that event where if you have people that have a province occupied, they stir other people to rise up as well? That would blow for me. So would having my army away when Neapolitan separatists rise up. Ayutthaya separatists getting pretty close too. Nah, they're going away. We got it all under control. Alright, you folks under the divine leadership of Pindali, get on that boat and go and take care of this, please. I'll do it then. I'll tell them to do it that way. Otherwise I'm going to completely forget about them by the time they're over there. Hopefully the Neapolitans don't rise up between then and now, but you just never know. Also, fetishist zealots over in the Cape? What is their problem? Overextension of religious unity as it happens. I'm looking forward to having my national unrest -2 idea. It's a good idea for me to dump exploration and take a different idea group, because I don't need any of these ideas anymore, and I don't intend on colonizing. But I'd like to take a different diplo group for that. Espionage might not be a bad idea for the aggressive expansion impact and the extra missionary, not missionary, diplomat, but then so too might diplomatic, improve relations right there. I love diplomatic, it's one of my favorite idea groups. Was for a very long time as well. If I ditch you, I get 160 points back, but I lose quite a few ideas as well. But it's probably worth ditching. I have too many dip points though. Influence is good. Influence is good, but I won't be managing a lot of subjects. And I'd really like to have improved relations boost. And imagine that 2 more diplomats, I'd be able to manage aggressive expansion like a madman. And that I want to do. Okay, points are getting too much. I'm actually going to dump into mill. And we get ourselves our glorious banner infantry. And someday you guys will make it over. I'm going to be pretty banged up getting there. I really hope that I get my cores done here first. Will you export Neapolitan rebels? Hey, that's a pretty good idea. But I'm not sure I want to, because they'll still come back for me, and Aragon does have the navy to take care of that. So no, I don't think I will. I will, however, get more claims on them. And the further south the claims are, the less it's going to upset people when I take them over. So, I still want the good development, though. Why do I need at least 25? Oh, crumbs, I made a claim on a Abruzzi and didn't take it. Oh well. I still made the right decision. Claim Ancona before you attack the Pope. Not sure I want Ancona. Alright, it's part of the same area, but I want to stick to Protestant lands. And boy, do I have a lot of people that are unhappy with me right now. France are not one of them. France are pretty ecstatic with what I do. That's good. Well, I got the 25, so Salerno is mine. Sadly, these are... No, these are temporary claims. France got them either through event or mission. What if you got them by both? Capped on dip once again, but I should get this core done just in time for me to dump it on Napoli, although I think I'd rather have it in PRoman, since grain is gah, but we all know what paper is. Paper is great. And even though I'm missing out in a bit, I really think it's time for me to dump exploration. I don't get all these 160 back, but I'll do that and then go diplomatic. Diplomats, diplomatic relations, yeah, just take it all. I'm gonna need 4 more ideas to get this done, but I want it done. Could also go for my admin ideas. Keep our subjects in the dark, of course. And now I've got so many diplomats to not use, it's great. So, in the interest of not completely wasting them all, I'm going to set 2 of them to be automats. Outraged countries, please take care of them. They immediately target Genoa and Venice. Fair enough. My allies are happy enough, no problem there. Oh man, these boats are not happy. They're going to need to rest up once we've killed these folks. And that needs to be sooner rather than later, you hear me? I lost a lot of men just getting this back. These events that just spawn rebels and God knows where are awful. Now, Siena. I've crushed you twice, and yet you've expanded into Modena and Pisa. And you keep Aragon as an ally. I think I need to claim Siena. Just so that I can grab it when the need arises. You can already accept Neapolitan. Yep. And, oh, I probably missed my opportunity to spend my dip points on that. Oh well, down the drain they went. Huh, Umbrian's apparently more, but no, I'll take Neapolitan. Yoink. I'll let these guys repair up for a couple of months before we go back. I don't want to get them destroyed on the way. Now it's just the Neapolitans and the peasantry. Hopefully the peasantry go away. Hopefully. Have to think how to deal with the Neapolitans though. Alright, these need to be fully stated up and fully cored, of course. 96 out of 311. A little bit more of this off of Aragon, and we should be pretty good. Also, Prom gives a... loses a core and claim, and I give Ava to Mong Nai over my dead body. It makes my subject Mong Nai particularly unhappy, but, well, sucks to be them. They don't get my land for free. Umbrians only, she didn't state Napoli, yeah, I see that. So, question is, can I do more in my Italian campaign right now, if I think I can keep all these scanners off my back? France is the biggest problem here. He could coalition me so easily, it would just take a bit more aggressive expansion. Oh god, Siena even took Corsica? What are they on? And it's being turned into Reformed, which is also not good. I need Protestants, not Reformed. Speaking of, recent uprising ends in 45, then I'll be able to get some Protestants to flow around here. Some promising progress, says the Oshid plot. The Oj... yeah, forget it, it's probably Polish or something. And whilst I would like to go to Poland, doesn't mean I'm going to have an easy time figuring out Polish. I don't want to do more best CB, it's the best CB, but the aggressive expansion would be horrific. Ah, of course, Granada's existence will prevent Spain, along with everything else. Okay, that sound is very scary. Usually it means, well, no allies and a war for you. Mong Nai are not very happy with me. In fact, many of my tributaries are not. I've been ignoring them because, let's face it, Europe is the new place to be. But perhaps I should keep Mong Nai and maybe even La Na a bit sweeter, since, you know, they do pay me stuff. I'm really happy that England kept France in check here. Normally this would just all be France. They got their fair share of the Burgundian inheritance, clearly, but the fact that their enemy Castile... what was that? Okay, must have been Centre of Reformation. Here we go. Whoa, that made me worry there. It's like, what if we turned Proma into Theravada? What a bad joke that would be. Would any Europeans be your tributary? Definitely not. Outraged. Papal state is Pope. Okay, well that's another good reason, isn't it? The separatists are keen on rising up, so why don't we get you folks back on that fun times. I wasn't paying for my navy, so of course you wouldn't be helped out there. Italy going Buddhist would be cool and all, but it would completely block us out from going full Roman. What a majestic creature. Those Neapolitan separatists number in the many. I'm not sure I can completely take them on with my paltry forces here. So let's get them back into Proma and consider exporting them, because Aragon hasn't taken on their peasants. What's to say they would... uh-oh. Well, bang goes my opportunity to unmaintain that. Killing them is still an option, and that will actually buy me the time to kill them. don't need my admin invested in ideas or coring for a wee bit, so we can focus on ideas. I really want that unrest -2. What a difference it makes, so that I don't have to worry about places back home. Excellent though, I just lost Bengal as a rival, which means I could target somebody else. If I get the Mamluks, that keeps Castile and GB on my side. Also, I forgot, but my power protection doing amazing thanks to crushing Aragon and eclipsing Bengal. Lovely. Mamluks are an idea. I do need their land eventually, but that comes after a lot of other things. It's still a pretty good idea, I think. Yeah, let's go for it. I should donate to an elephant sanctuary in Jake's name this season. Not sure if that's a great idea, but it's an idea. Also, Kilwa, I gave you all your... well, I gave you your land back, and this is how you repay me, by exploding. Truce with Portugal is up. That doesn't really mean anything to us. Papal States truce is a different matter. When that's up, I could go and crush him for Umbria. People will not like me doing that. Alright, Bengal, I should certainly not be... let's bring Mongnai guy back. Revoke that embargo because it's costing us. And then I keep a wild card diplomat. And I also continue with my claims on Aragon. My completely legit claims, of course. Not happy with Napoli falling, and I don't think my troops are going to be back in time to deal with it. But again, if I export them into Aragon, it's not a huge loss. The loss is the time spent taking that back. Let's also pay for Proma. How can people not like you for taking lands from a pope that can't even keep his own land Catholic? Well, the pope's got nothing Catholic anymore. He even lost Istra. And Istra was Catholic, so it's clearly a big revolt against him. Alright, Napoli's down. Hopefully they stroll on over to Aragon instead of the rest of my lands, because I don't have the boats to pull my units out of Rome here. Oh well, how about that? Aragonese peasants have decided to do battle with them. I think the peasants will lose hard here. Yeah, too hard for me to jump in and take advantage of the situation. Don't die now, you've got my army there. Happy 100 years, Prom, says Detour. Yeah, it has been a fairly happy 100 years. We started out with very little, and now we have considerably more. Let's get you folks over to Proma as well. I'm not too opposed to exporting these Neapolitan separatists. And with the Papal States only... oh no, they're still guaranteed by Aragon. That's not ideal for me. I wonder if I could threaten them for it. Oh, I can't because it's occupied. That's pretty grim. What if I got the military access to crush those rebels for them? No, they're not doing that either. And there's no fort here to take it back. Ho-hum. I don't foresee a big naval fight, so I'm actually going to mothball all my heavies right now so I can keep the others actually paid for. No, I don't like that. I'd rather just not pay for my navy. If I mothball them, then all the sailors go to nowhere, and that's not my navy. Well, that's quite handy. We shoved the Neapolitan separatists over to Aragon. He can deal with them now. And judging by where his army is, he might do exactly that. Fine by me, though. There we go. Couldn't merge them for some reason. Just got here. Did not expect this early. A European landing. Well, expect the unexpected then. Doing this or deving harder. Deving hard is pretty good. Allows me to move my capital easier and earlier. But I quite like having a glut of diplomats that I don't even know what to do with. Not so happy with the religious situation here, but that can be dealt with in due time. Felt hats, eh? Alright, there they go. Oh my god, can I stop having peasants revolting here? They're deeply upset at the news that their freedom of movement is to be further restricted. In fact, there have been massive revolts across the country. It's that Capitan... Okay, no, it's all around here. That's fine. I mean, hell, we were born ready for this. As long as I don't break to the point where the Neapolitans can defect from me, it's all good. Yeah, a lot of our idea events have just been here, have more revolts, which is not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. How are you handling those rebels I left with you, by the way, Aragon? I'm quite interested. Oh, he's just chilling with them. That's cool. And I'll leave you be with that. I will enjoy the looming disaster of dominance of the clergy. Oh dear. I must have just gotten something that advances them further. Well, that's unpleasant. It's not until 54... No, 49. That's too long away. I let them get away with too much. Which means I'm going to enjoy some revolts if I pull out their land here. But this thing goes up super fast. It'll trigger in 20 months. So I have little choice but to... And I don't think this will cause a revolt. Find the nicest place I ever gave them. Let's see, though, they get the yellow ones. Two, three, four, five, six, 7 dev there. Okay, I give them this. If I take it away from them, bang. I just prevent that, although they're not very happy in Dagon. New general time to abuse estates. Now we're good. I'll keep the dominance of the clergy off my back. Okay. More revolts. The real Klimpin. Hey, we got a pretty good sane guy here. Oh, you're pretty not good. Right, too many revolts happening over here. I should keep a stationed army, I suppose. If nothing else, they can chill out by drilling 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Treason against PRoman, that sounds like more army professionalism. And political rival weakened. Sounds like an opportunity to get 15 prestige to me. This is a time for charity. Let us help this man recover. Yeah, sure. Alright, having an army back home should help out with the stress of all that. It would be really nice to have Naples cede from Aragon, but I'm not counting on it. Aragon has quite the army here that would make that... Oh yeah, of course, Messina is retaking Calabria. That's fine, he'll probably take these provinces off of me and it's all fine. Or he'll move in and engage with the rebels when they see that threat. Not happy with this though. A lot of conversions to the wrong faith here. Reformed is not what I'm after. I'm after Protestant. Okay, Bengal decided that no, I actually am their rival. Curse them. Do you already collect trade in Genoa? I don't think I'd get more there than I do with my current traders. Is what I would say, but why would I even have you working here? Let's recall you. Let's also try to save PRoman here. There's no reason to let it fall. Unlike what I'm doing here, which definitely has reason. They might just do a back and forth here, but I'm really hoping that Aragon engages the rebels instead of me. It's not worth the cost for me. You might say, oh, but it's devastation, and I go, yeah. Okay, I would love a general out of the nobility at this point, because we're not good at making our own. Ooh, 2 siege. That extra +1 siege from full aristocracy is probably incredibly underrated. Let's take him on. It's Prome, it's our lands. And it's just a pretender. Nothing we can't handle. Again, this guy is just flailing around on the outside. If I'd sent him in first and sent the cavalry later, we would have had a much better flanking opportunity on this guy, but oh well. We're still going to win. The sounds of elephants in the background leaving me to cry. What'll it be, Aragon? I have a feeling that his bait with the rebels is going to go nowhere and just leave me high and dry. Oh, this is good though. There we go. They got that province back. Now I can threaten for it. Sadly though, they recently gave... Wait, what? Recently gave into a threat? Somebody else threatened the Papal States for a province? I bet it was Istra. I bet Venice threatened for Istra. That is quite funny. Of course, that alone wouldn't be enough. The relative worth is too high. Aragon, despite all their problems, are still willing to help Siena. It was Siena I was looking at, right? Yeah. Whoa, wait, hold on, no. Siena's the one that's allied to Aragon. But I still have that beefy truce with Aragon. I could cut it down, but I'm not seeing the point here. Jake, you got that lazy merchant? That I do. Let's try collecting here. It'll take him a while to arrive, but maybe, just maybe, he'll make us a fat stack of dosh. What I wanted the Neapolitans to rush into the Aragonese, but they'll probably go to Lucania, and then they're just going to do a triangle movement forevermore. Which blows. I don't want to fight these guys, but I might just have to swallow the cost. And I've been swallowing a lot of cost for a long time. For some reason I'm paying a lot of money for this army. And I really shouldn't be. I should be cutting back on army expenses when at peace. Which is what I'm at right now, so let's actually pull that back a lot. Yeah, there he goes into Lucania. He'll go there. And the whole charade continues. In that case, I shouldn't give them any chances to actually cede from me. Alright, I guess I don't get to save money. It's back up it goes, and we're taking Napoli back. With our 3 siege, of course. Alright, now Bengal are making claims on our land, which is a bit concerning. Why would they do such a thing? Is it because they think they can take me? Would my allies not help me? I have so much better tech than they do. These ideas kind of blow, but let's take it. I just really want that. Colonialism against Castile. Yeah, they would settle down here. Unfortunate, but that's what happens. How are the rebels in the Indian Ocean doing? Oh, I slaughtered them some time ago. Alright, Neapolitan separatists, time to go to Salerno. Don't go to Cosenza. Although, yeah, they go to Cosenza. They're just doing their wee triangular movement for however long they wish to do. I'm being asked for a look at Asia. I'm not sure what you really want to take in here. Ming exploded after we punched them a few times. Southeast Asia is a bit of a mess, but it's our mess. We dominate it. Ta-da. Oddly enough, I still have my marriage with Khmer. They must have proposed it with their ancient ruler there. Bahmanes was looking promising, but they've been clamped down upon, and Jampur and Vijayanagar are coming out as the real powerhouses. The centre's just a crazy mess. Alright, I would love to continue the Indian campaign here, but it's not looking so trivial to do. You'll lose your tributaries when you switch to Protestant, right? I should do. I should squeeze them for everything that they can give. Speaking of, Protestant zealots are here. Dominant religion in PRoman is Protestant would have to be the thing that we do to get that. Sadly, it is not. Unless we do some potential jiggery-pokery, which might not be a bad idea. Alright, we'll see if those Neapolitans want to come over and... there's no river crossing to be eaten here, sadly. We'll just stand around in Napoli. They have one maneuver, we have two, so that's not a problem on our end. But I do not like hemorrhaging this kind of dough. I like to think Bengal are just playing around by making their claim on me, but who can ever really be sure? Bankrupt Danes. Well, this could be useful if they take that and then they just walk straight back. That would be excellent for us. Let's stop paying our units if we don't need to. Let's have more treason against PRoman. We're getting a lot of that. I thought you needed mercs for that event to fire, but it seems I'm dead wrong. Sweet, so I didn't have to take the fight with those Neapolitans, and now I got all this land that's rightfully mine. Napoli, did you convert? You did not. Okay, so I really want those Protestant zealots to rise up from Roma. I mean, why would they not? The unrest here is unbelievable. And then maybe, just maybe, just have them just jaunt on over to Napoli and we'd all be good. Yeah, EU2 events could get very ridiculous. With my boats here, I can prevent the rebels from crossing over to Messina, and then they'll probably go and crack into Aragon, which would be great. Why do the peasantry want to rise up again, though? Ava Pagan Sagaing. It's probably that reassessment survey that I force people to fill out. And clerical dominance is hurting me here. Either that, or it's because I really cheesed off the monastic order. I could give them a generous donation to make them a whole lot happier, which is probably better than anything else that Ava. Oh no, this is most certainly the reassessment survey. Oh hum. Alright, well if it's all just over there, I got no problem giving them autonomy. It's no big deal to me. I just don't want to deal with too many revolts around here. Yamathin, Dagon, Mali. Oh god. Let's just look at where revolt risk is. Funny, I say on revolt risk, but it's been unrest for the longest of times. So, I mean, I could sort that by paying my units, but the cost would be pretty high. So I'm just gonna divvy out some autonomy so I don't have to deal with it. I'm not particularly worried what the autonomy is around here anyway. And I can have you over here until you just slightly take care of it. And that should be the end of these. No peasants, the Protestants are still rising, and the Cape is the Cape. Can't complain too much about the old Cape. Interesting though that the Neapolitans aren't charging back into the Aragonese. Maybe if they stay in that deadlock there. Or is it because they really want to cross? Yeah, they really want to cross. Okay, I might be able to force a Neapolitan defection by leaving them there. I mean, they have this. It'll take a few years, but they might just be able to pop away, and that would be great news for me. Also, Papal State just can't catch a break. It's a very bad day to be them. But they're being... Oh, God, look at Tuscany. Gotta hand it to Siena. They really managed to make it come together. Well, they wouldn't give in to anything like mine, although I do want Siena. Protestantism. Again, it's in the wrong part. In the very wrong part of the world for me. A true heir to Rome would have the most professional army in the world. I doubt I have the most professional army, but I have no doubt that we're doing pretty well on it. Army quality, Professionalism. Oh, good lord. 55 for the Ottomans? They must get some crazy events that help out in that front. It's the only way I can accept that. Can the Reformation convert non-Christian provinces? I don't think they can. Oh, this is bad news. Napoli is being converted to Reformed, which is absolutely not what I want. I wanted these guys to rise up and convert this all for me. Well, it's part and parcel being here in Europe is eating the pain of the revolts here. You're 2 units over your army cap, Jake. That I am. And that does cost me a fair few ducats, so let's trim away the excess fat and see the savings. They're pretty good. Lawyers are at odds, and I do like the sound of getting extra karma, because karma's hard to take when you go on the rampage. Being only in one place makes it quite a bit harder to expand the way I want to. And Aragon guaranteeing everyone around me. Now, I could slap Aragon silly, but the question is, do I want to? I've got a fairly... No, it's only 6 years until I can take them on mano a mano. And I will, of course, bring in Castile again, because Castile can crush Portugal. Tuscany will be a bit stronger this time, but I should be able to take them on. I have Tech 12, although they'll probably get it in time. Should I go Reformed instead? Well, then I'd need Reformed to spread out more. And maybe it could. I got no problem with Reformed. I think that Protestantism is stronger. But look at the land that I'd grow into. It's already pretty Reformed for me. Not a fussy guy, personally. 2 units over after the Grand Pirate Fleet, Jake has grown callous to such trivial concerns. The Grand Fleet certainly was grand. It might seem like they have me cornered here. But this doesn't look too bad, right? If I grew another 100 in Europe, it would be 200 out of 400, and then we'd already be there. Sure. Castile are curious about getting further afield. I don't really like the idea of Castile getting involved here, because I will have to kill them eventually, and fighting a global Castile is a pain. But if you fight a global Castile when you're able to just maul them on the mainland, that's far less of a concern, and it does not look like they're getting the Iberian inheritance. Or the Iberian Union, rather. I wonder when that becomes an impossibility for them. Another claim on good old Aragon for me. Reformed is the way to go for reforming the Roman Empire, says the tour. A compelling point. Got a lot of mill, and I'll be tossing that mill into these provinces most likely. And only one truce. How can I be so not at war right now? Impressive of Aragon to fight all these people around me, though. Oh, Papal State do have a fort on Urbino. Since when did Urbino have a fort? They can't go Iberian circa after 1525. Well, that's great news for me. You know what else is? This diplomatic idea that makes people hate me a lot less. Unrest reduction and improved relations. So the pressure of the coalition should be dismantling quite a bit. As time passes, at least. Just don't want to keep Milan on my good side, but they don't like me being friendly with Savoy, so be it. Still, the question on how to convert and how to get my capital over here are still tricky ones for me. But if Napoli explodes out here, hell, I can claim a whole lot more of these guys as well, which is quite nice for me. Could also claim this land, glorious and Catholic. Alright, I think the clever thing to do here is to call it here, because we're in a bit of a slow period. And we can bring it right back tomorrow. Because we did a decent thing here. We saw what Europe is. It's not that insane as Europe's go, except for the fact that England is doing well and keeping France in check. We landed in Roma, or Proma, and we've grown a bit inside Italy. It's time to continue our Italian campaign. And once we have a solid grounding here, I'm thinking... Once we have our capital in Europe, we're free to explode a lot more. And I'm thinking it's time to salt the earth in Carthage. And continue on from there. But we will do that tomorrow. That will be at the same time tomorrow, so 1800 CET. And I believe the schedule says that I'll be running Roller Coaster Tycoon from 10 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. But until then, it's a cheers from me, and a cheerio.